In the ensuing weeks, what happened was that we ended up at a Planned Parenthood office and had meetings with the counselors there to discuss what the options were, and then made the decision to send her to the home so that she could have the child down there and then give the baby up for adoption. What I remember about the thought of adoption was that I was resistant to that because I was going to be a father, and I didn't like the thought of having to give my child up to another parent and have them raised by somebody else, where I was the one responsible, and wouldn't be fair, especially when I was madly in love with my girlfriend. Even though it may have been teenage love, it was something that I felt that it was very special. So I didn't want to give that power away. We both had the same feelings about adoption, not wanting to give the baby away. And at the same time, we knew the reality, which was we were way too young. We didn't know how we were going to keep things together and feed our baby and take care of the baby. And I think deep down I knew that adoption was inevitable. It was going to happen. And there was a point where I did have a conversation with my father, and he told me that I had a choice. He said, you can do whatever you need to do, and he helped to play it out for me, which was, if you decide to keep the baby, here's what most likely it's going to look like. And he gave me some examples of people that he knew that had done the same thing and had kept the baby and didn't look real promising. And then he also laid out what it would look like if we did give the baby up for adoption, which would be a nice warm home and parents that had already had careers and were really wanting and desiring to have a baby that they couldn't themselves together have. And so that's what we ended up deciding to do. On an emotional level, what was happening was that I was nervous most of the time, really afraid that I had made a big mistake. And the first few weeks and months after that, I knew all I really needed to do was to find a job, because now I had to pay for her being in this home and for her care and for doctors and things like that. And so I was nervous about that and afraid and confused mostly.